Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we'll be talking about three teams I think could have surprise playoff runs in 2025. This on another episode of. So, to start off the list, we have the Atlanta Falcons, who in 2024 obviously didn't make the playoffs, but part of that was because of Kirk Cousins' collapse and them having to switch over to start Michael Penix late in the season. Another main issue on that team was their lack of pass rush, which was very apparent last year. But in 2025, they've addressed that. They drafted 2 pass rushers in the draft, and their offense looks pretty good, honestly speaking. They have, of course, all the same playmakers from last year. They didn't lose anyone. And now it remains to be seen if Michael Penix Jr. can lead them into the playoffs. And if he's actually good and he looks better this upcoming year than the few games we had in last year, it's entirely possible that the Falcons, with him as their quarterback, will make the playoffs. And if they do make the playoffs, they could be an interesting team. They have a lot of good players on that defense, especially in the secondary. And they got one of the better running backs in the NFC. Next up on the list, we have the New England Patriots. Now, this may come as no surprise, considering they are one of the more talked about teams as potentially getting better this upcoming season, due mainly to their schedule. But I think if they do make the playoffs, depending on who they matched up with, they could actually do something. The Patriots defense still looks decently good. It still hasn't lost its luster over the past few seasons, and they've done a lot to fix the offense. New O-linemen, new receivers. It should be interesting to see what Drake May in year 2 can do with the Patriots team. And if he improves a lot, maybe they go on to win a playoff game. And third and finally on this list, we have the Chicago Bears. Now, the Bears, they had one of the all-time off seasons for their team. They basically replaced their entire O-line. Not only that, but they drafted a new tight end to potentially replace Cole Kmet with, which I didn't have that on my bingo card heading into the draft, but they did it. And of course, they brought in a new receiver to pair with Caleb Williams and Luther Burden. So, the Bears, all the pieces are there. Of course, they're in a harder division than the other 2 teams I mentioned. The Patriots, of course, being in the AFC East, where the only real threat is the Bills, and the Falcons being in the NFC South, which outside of the Buccaneers shouldn't be an issue. So, the Bears have the hardest road to the playoffs, but I think it's possible. The Vikings, depending on J.J. McCarthy, might not be a threat. The Packers, while they are known for beating up on the Bears, it's not 100% a given anymore now that Rodgers is gone. And the Lions, of course, are the juggernaut. But the Bears have a chance. And if they do make it, I'd be interested to see what they do, because their team is built pretty well. It's just if Caleb Williams in year 2 recovers from the disaster that was his rookie year, especially the latter half of the rookie year, and hopefully the Bears take care of business and make the playoffs, and then we can see if they have the ability to make a run. With that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time.